Hey, welcome to Homecoming Chapel. It's going to be a great time this week as we celebrate homecoming. I know it's going to be different, it's all virtual, but we're going to have a good time here on campus as well. And speaking of that, is last night we had our in-gathering for our canned food drive. Thank you for participating in that, all of you guys who participated in that. And just a couple announcements again this morning. This is February 24th. That's next Wednesday for chapel. We're going to have a special chapel called Race in America. It is going to be two options. One is in your small group, and the other one is in person in Harold Auditorium. You will receive a text today from me asking you if you want to reserve your seat. You just respond to that text and your seat will be reserved. And next Wednesday, you will go to Harold Auditorium instead of your small group. So just respond to that text and reserve your seat. And then also, next Wednesday, we will have a time, a forum on race in America. It's going to be a discussion on racism and what we can do about that, and how we're going to let our light shine in that area, and how we can be better followers of Christ. And so next Wednesday, February 24th, 7 o'clock in Harold Auditorium will be that time. Also, I know if I still have your attention, also on March 3rd, we're going to have Wilson Lectures, and that's going to be an in-person opportunity as well. The 3rd will be in chapel, and then the next day on the 4th will be a screening of a documentary from Ernie Stevens. He's an alumni who created this program about mental health in law enforcement, and so we want you to be excited about that and sign up. So those are the two announcements. Also, Nicole's still looking for some Kaleo leaders, so respond to that email that she sent you as well. This morning is Homecoming Chapel. We're going to listen to a panel discussion from our alumni. So enjoy chapel again this morning. Thanks.
Welcome everyone to Homecoming 2021 and our chapel panel discussion with some of our outstanding Wayland alumni. Our theme for the day is Everyday Heroes, and I'm really excited to introduce you guys to some of our Wayland alumni and how they're impacting their communities despite our very challenging recent months. I'm Teresa Young. I'm our Director of Alumni Relations for Wayland, and I'm really proud to introduce the panelists that I have with me today. You'll get to hear more from them. First, we have Geraldine Curry. Geraldine is a teacher with the Frisco School District and previously taught in Lubbock. Geraldine earned her elementary education degree in 2014, and she's been a public school teacher since then. Welcome, Geraldine.
Thank you.
We're also joined by Dr. Terry Finkley, an emergency room doctor in Jacksonville, Florida. Dr. Finkley earned her biology degree at Wayland in 2004 and her medical degree from the UT Medical School in 2010. She serves 2 hospitals in Florida. So welcome, Dr. Finkley.
Thank you.
And finally, we have Neil Gang, Chief of Police in Pinole, California. Chief Gang earned his degree in Justice Administration from the Wayland Phoenix campus in 2015. He's been in law enforcement since 1988 and has served in New Jersey, Florida, and Arizona as well. So welcome, Chief Gang.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, first I want to start with a question for all of you guys. So I want to hear, what are some of your favorite memories about your time at Wayland? And of course, your experiences were all pretty different and different timelines and different campuses. So we'll start, Geraldine, with you. I'll let you share some of your favorite experiences.
So I was at the Plainview campus, and the year I started at Wayland was the first year of the football team. And so some of my favorite memories are from everybody joining the Laney Center. That was just probably one of the things that stands out the most. Just everybody getting together, getting to know different people from all over the place. It wasn't something I was expecting initially coming to Wayland. And so it was just really cool to go there, after we have classes or after all of us are at practice, and just get together, goof off, have a good time. I noticed that after, I think about 3 years, it kind of, died off because, you get older and you have jobs and responsibilities. And so those first couple of years were so much fun because we all just got to live, carefree and enjoy just not having anything else to do except for have fun.
That's right. That's right. That's why I tell people, enjoy those college years. You think it's hard now, but wait till you have to adult every day, all day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That college life doesn't seem quite so hard then. So,
exactly.
All right, Dr. Finkley, what about you?
I think some of my favorite memories from Wayland is just hanging out with my friends on the marsh. I just have very vivid memories of beautiful spring afternoons. Everybody had their books sitting around studying. The guys were playing their guitars on the steps, which of course all the girls loved. And just, hanging out with friends and having a good time. And I made such good friends at Wayland that I'm still in touch with a lot of them today.
Those were probably the afternoons that PR people like me were out there taking pictures, because those are like your picture perfect college campus afternoons. So that's awesome. Chief Gang, I know your experiences are a little different in Phoenix, but tell us what some of your favorite memories were.
So I didn't have a marsh experience, unfortunately, or a football experience. I did something much different than the other two candidates. Board panelists. But unfortunately, I went to school at night, and I had to go while working a full-time job and also being a full-time father of custody of two kids. So my experiences were much different, and I would be lying if I tell you I didn't go to school kicking and screaming every day. And but at the end of it, it was very, very satisfying. So my favorite memory is 2 words: Deborah Funk, my academic advisor. She became a friend of mine and really pushed me to accomplish the goals that I needed to accomplish. And without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. So she is really my favorite memory. That, and of course, graduating after 30 years of going to college, I finally graduated and actually responded back to the Phoenix campus and actually walked with the group.
That's awesome. We know our external campus students have such unique experiences because they're juggling so many things, but it is really the people that help spur you on. So we're glad that you have a good experience of some people there. All right, well, let's talk some more about the work that you guys do. It's no secret that most of 2020 was rough on everyone. We were all ready to see it go a couple of days ago. But it does seem like teachers, medical personnel, and of course our law enforcement personnel have taken the brunt of that year. They really have. And of course it is extending into 2021, which is super exciting for all of us. So let's just talk for a minute about your personal experiences with this. I want to start with Dr. Finkley. We know that doctors like you are facing challenges more than they ever probably could have imagined. I'm sure this wasn't part of your everyday training in med school. And you're feeling the effects probably mentally of this extra workload and just a different workload than people were prepared for. So tell us how you're seeing some of that personally, and then what are you doing personally to kind of combat that and to keep yourself going during this COVID time?
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting time. We had this virus that don't know much about it. We're learning new things every day. Staff is being stretched very thin. Waits in the ER are ridiculously long. Patients are frustrated. It's been a challenge for sure. The main thing that has really gotten me through it is my family. My husband and my 2 twins I get to just leave it all at work and come home and vent to my husband. He gets to hear a lot about it, and he lets me just kind of let him know how the day went, and he's there to support. And also running is my passion, and so I go for runs pretty much every day to clear my mind, to kind of forget what happened at work, and that's kind of how I've maintained my sanity this past year.
Wow, I bet you have done a lot of running then.
A lot.
Those medals behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's-
Unfortunately, we don't have races right now. I wish we did, but hopefully
this is
those will
true.
come
That's
back.
okay. You can run for your sanity. That's a race of its own, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for all you're doing. I know it's been a rough couple of months, and I'm hoping that with the vaccine, this will die out and you can get back to whatever normal looks like from this point on. So,
I hope so.
well, Chief Gang, how have you guys countered the current climate regarding law enforcement that we saw hit in 2020? And then, how are you encouraging the folks that you work with through this?
Did something happen in law enforcement, Terry? So
Funny.
yeah, it's been an extremely challenging season. Something that we've never seen in our profession before. Certainly in the 32 years that I've been in law enforcement, we've never seen anything like this. I mean, juggling a global pandemic, trying to keep your officers safe, worried about their safety and their families. And then you have all the incidents that happen, the civil unrest, the protests that are going on right now, the calls for defund the police department. So it's been really, really challenging right now. So I've been trying to tell our people that if you came into this profession with a public servant heart and you have a heart to serve, that you'll always be needed. You're always going to be wanted and appreciated. Obviously people get into this profession where they're not serving, they're not here to be a public servant. Those people will end up leaving the profession, and that's okay. It will make our profession better. But now we really have to look internally to see what we can do better. And I think this is really just giving us an opportunity to do that. It's giving us an opportunity to evaluate the way we've been providing law enforcement services to our communities for many, many years, give us an opportunity to get better, and just finds ways to improve how we deliver service to our community. So I don't really look at it as a negative. I think it's a positive, and it's really just giving us an opportunity to grow. So it's been a challenging season, but I look forward to what this will bring for the future of our profession.
That's awesome. Yeah. You have to see some positive in it, don't you? That maybe it will help you do things a little differently and be better for the community. That's awesome. Well, Geraldine, tell me, I know teachers have encountered some crazy opportunities. We're going to talk about a positive spin, right? Some amazing opportunities to be creative in this age of teaching live and virtually, sometimes at the same time, right? So how has this whole time stretched you as a teacher, and how have you dealt with that additional stress of trying to be an online teacher?
So for myself, I've always I feel like I've prided myself in, having relationship with students and their parents. And, obviously you do that face to face in a physical manner, just interacting with students on a daily basis, those high fives, those handshakes, the hugs, if they need one, just, little things like that. And not being able to do that specifically for the group of students I have now has been definitely a challenge for me, because I have had to learn new ways of connecting with my students. And so it's been really cool for me to stretch myself and, looking at, okay, how are some ways that I can connect with these students? That's, I'm on Zoom all day long with 24 kids, and I don't always get to have that one-on-one time with them. So I've definitely implemented some practices where we get to, we have lunch together like I normally would in a physical classroom, or I have students that like to wait till the very last minute before I end Zoom calls, and they want to stay on and, just chit chat with me and just, let me know how things are going. And so I've definitely opened up my space virtually for more of a relationship building. And I know that this may be, not an unpopular opinion, but just one of those things where the learning will come. And if my students know that I care about them and love them, I'm willing to listen to them, because they're going through things at home still. I mean, despite the pandemic, they still have things that they're going through, and they still need somebody to talk to. So I've just made sure that I've opened myself to being there for them. And that's been one thing that I've really enjoyed, getting to know them in a different manner, because I can't go to their basketball games and their football games like I normally would have, to just enjoy who they are as people, not just students. And it's been really cool to see, I can have them, they'll send me pictures every now and then of what they're doing at home, or just little things like that, so I can have that connection with them. And it's just stretched me as an educator to explore different ways of connecting with students other than what I've been so used to for the past 7 years. But it's just been really nice to know that I'm valued by the parents of the students that I'm teaching, because they understand what we're going through. and how hard we're working. So it's just one of those things where I'm happy to be teaching right now because I know that the parents value what I'm doing for them.
Well, that's good. That's good. I know there's been argument about, are people appreciating what teachers do? And, after you've been home with your kiddos for a couple of weeks, I'm sure you appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Amount of money is too much. How can I pay your check? Please come back to work. Awesome. Well, since our students get to watch this discussion as part of our chapel, of course, I always love to get our alumni to share a little word of wisdom as someone who's kind of been there, done that. So I want each of you guys to share just kind of a quick piece of advice that you would give today's Wayland students, a sentence or two that would just encourage them a little bit, maybe as someone who's kind of down the road of a few more years than they are. Chief Gang, we'll start with you.
Sure. If I was to say anything, it would be stay resilient. Keep your eyes on your goals and don't let anything or anyone prevent you from attaining them. I always say that life happens, but don't allow that to be a distraction for you to attain your goals.
Awesome. Geraldine, what about you?
I think this just goes back to my statement earlier about my favorite memory, just enjoying being in the moment because life will come at you fast. And so if you're able to enjoy the college experience in its complete full capacity, don't take advantage of it.
That's right. All right, Dr. Finkley, what about you?
Yeah, Geraldine said exactly what I was going to say. Just enjoy it. There's never going to be another time in your life like the college experience. I mean, definitely study, work hard, make good grades. Wayland's going to prepare you for whatever you want to do in your future. So just enjoy the time you have there.
It is true, isn't it? Adulting is permanent. Awesome. Well, my final question to each of you guys, and I'll give you a little bit of time to reflect on this as well, is some of your time as a student and how it's kind of shaped you now. You're all a little bit further down the road, like we said, from your time as a student. And so, I always tell students this, they don't really realize the impact that a place like Wayland has on you until I think you're gone a little bit and you are doing some of that adulting and you realize things that have really shaped you along the way. So I'd love for each of you to just share briefly kind of how your Wayland experiences have helped shape who you are today, whether it was preparing you for what you do or other things completely unrelated to that. So we will start, let's say, with we'll start with Terry since she's on the screen already.
Okay. Yeah, so Wayland definitely made me who I am today. I got an amazing education there. It prepared me for medical school. I was able to be accepted with my first application. I felt confident going into medical school, but also just gave me very strong values that I have today and that I will also be able to teach my kids. So I'm very, very grateful for my time at Wayland.
That's awesome. Geraldine, what about you?
I think that having the professors I did taught me to find value in people. And so I definitely strive to be an educator that finds value and shows appreciation for all of my students because I know that I was invested in when I was at Wayland. And so I always want to make sure that I reciprocate that with my students because I know how good it made me feel and how it pushed me to achieve my goals and go further than I thought I could. And so just making sure I'm always putting them first and reminding them of their importance.
That's awesome. Chief Gang, what about you?
So for me, I think I stated earlier that my experience is a little bit different. Being a single father and an adult learner, it was difficult for me. I'm not going to lie. I had a struggle, but it taught me resiliency. And it really taught me that when you put your mind to something, you can get it done. It's just a matter of focusing on what that goal is. Because like I said before, I went kicking and screaming. I did not want to go back to school. I started my college experience at 18 playing college football, and then I ended at 48 years old. So imagine the time span across that and how much change and challenge that you had during that. One thing that surprised me, though, it really helped me renew my faith, going to Wayland, which I didn't expect. I've never read the Bible all the way through. It gave me an opportunity to really get in touch with who I am spiritually, and really built that, really kind of made me the man I am today when it comes to my faith. Very, very strong man of faith. I carry that everywhere I go, personal life and professional life. And really, I think without Wayland, I don't know if I'd be as far down the path as I am now with my faith and my walk with God.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, ladies, but I would love to hear that that aspect from you guys. How did the Christian atmosphere kind of shape your faith a little bit, maybe strengthen it? I know both of you came already with a little bit of background, but Dr. Finkley, share a little bit about that. I know you were involved in some ministry things on campus.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And, like I said, it helped really ground me in and I had been raised in a close Christian home. But, when people go off to college, sometimes, you can kind of forget that. So it really helped really drive home my Christian values. And I learned a lot more about my faith and was able to experience more, which is carried into an adulthood.
Awesome. Geraldine, what about you?
So I wasn't raised in a Christian home. So coming to Wayland was very intimidating for me, just being, not knowing all of the dynamics of Christianity. And so being at Wayland was a great turning point for me, because I was able to truly understand what it meant to be a Christian, and, how to, I found God, and I found a way for me to, relate on a different level that I hadn't previously. And so it was definitely the beginnings of something great for my faith personally. And for me, just understanding that all people are different, come from different backgrounds, but that doesn't mean that they don't have the same opportunity to be saved that I did. So that was a really great experience for me, just seeing that I have the possibility, I have the chance to, redeem myself almost. I was 18 years old, and I had the opportunity to just find myself and find who I was as a Christian. So that was really neat.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I've really appreciated each of you guys joining us today. I think our students will be excited, I hope, to hear what you guys have done. And of course, they don't know this, but I do. But you guys are joining me from 3 different time zones. So we got the East Coast, we got the West Coast. I don't know, do you consider that East Coast? I mean, y'all are East Coast, you're just Southeast, but Florida, California, we got some Dallas area covered right here. So you can see that our alumni are spread far and wide, and they're doing amazing things. And of course, these are just 3 of 60,000 plus alums who are doing some amazing things in their community and really impacting the world. Not only with their faith, but with their work and with their passion for what they do. I can personally attest to all 3 of them love what they do. They do it with their whole heart, and they serve, obviously not for a lot of money, because they probably would have gotten out of it by now if that was the case with all the stuff they've been through. But I'm excited that you guys got to meet some of our folks today. And students, I hope you'll be challenged by these words to go out and make a difference on your own. Be pioneers. You're pioneers forever, just like these 3. And I pray that you will continue to carry that legacy on and do great things in the name of Wayland and in the name of God. We appreciate you being here with us today.
Hi, my name is Allison Kirk. I am the president of Student Union Board, and I proudly nominate Natalie Terry.
We are the business office, and we are nominating Erica Espinoza for Wayland Homecoming Queen.
The Don A. Williams School of Education is proud to nominate Kinsey Cruz for Homecoming Queen 2021. Go Deers!
The Office of Property Management proudly nominates Hannah Kidd for Homecoming Queen.
Hey guys, my name's Nicole Adams.
I'm Hannah. We're from Student Activities.
And and we are excited to unveil our nominee for Homecoming Queen, Allison Kirk!
Good morning, Gamers! The Gamers Guild proudly nominates Chloe Barham for Homecoming Queen.
Hi, my name is Aaron Samaniego. I'm Vice President of the Senate, and our nomination for Homecoming King is Cameron O'Donnell.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Adams and I'm the coordinator of student activities here at Wayland Baptist University, and I am grateful to introduce to you our nominee for Homecoming King. Let's go! Alec Bertrand!
Oh hey, my name is Emily Franklin. I am the student government president here at Wayland, and I'm just signing in our nomination for Edward Thunderbird as our Homecoming Queen nominee.
Hello everyone, my name is Ernest Fields, and I welcome you to join me on March 3rd for Breaking Down Barriers. As you can see, I'm a graduate of Wayland Baptist University, a proud pioneer, and the subject of HBO's documentary, Ernie and Joe Crisis Cops, which won an Emmy recently. We're going to be talking about where mental health and law enforcement intersect, and what we can do as a community to make this a much better transition. So please join me. We're going to watch a screening of Ernie and Joe Crisis Cops, which will be followed by a question and answer afterwards. So I look forward to you joining us, and thank you for this opportunity.